Profile may be different for each niche. It's okay. If I go after implant patients, if I go after ortho, if I go after ranchers, they all have their own niche, and we have different profiles. That's okay. Or practice and personal preferences. Okay? Here's the one thing I would say about personal preferences, because some of you will say this, and I can hear it in your brains. Ed, but my practice is a little bit different, and my patients are different. I don't need high cases and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I understand all that stuff. It's not necessarily what you need, it's what they need. And that you're limiting yourself based on these things. And it's your responsibility to keep bumping up your lifetime value and average transaction value of patients. Why? Because if I made this statement, and I kind of stumble on, I go clinical here, but like if I made a statement, it was, wouldn't you agree with the statement that every patient deserves the, how would you finish that? Every patient deserves what? The best care that they can afford and desire. So for us to make, a lot of times we set this number way too low because we're limiting our own mindset of what we think they should be paying. Kind of my discussion yesterday with the team members. Well, that was pretty darn good, wasn't it, by the way? That was a shock. Who the hell is this guy, right, Andrea? Everyone's like, what's this guy come from? General patients, 4,500. Implant cases could be 12,500. I just made that up, okay? What's the profile? 10,000 plus, pays on time, refers over. Retention rate. How are we going to think of our retention rate? So this is something we've never really measured within any of our meetings, but I just made this up. So let's look at how many patients are coming through our practice and then versus how many are active. So if we have 2,000 who are in our practice but only 1,000 are active, that means we have a 50% retention rate. Or you can even call it active rate, whatever you want to call it. But that is a percentage or a number that we should be looking at increasing consistently. Because some of you guys do a great job. And what's that? Oh, some of you guys do a great job and you think you're doing the best job with dentistry and you present everything, and then if they don't accept, they go out the back door and we just leave them alone. And every business, every single business can improve on this, no matter how good you are, okay? Here's how this works. Retention rate actual. So look at this. Retention may be a very large untapped revenue source in your practice. 5-point increase in a $1 million practice means $800,000 over 10 years. What would 800 grand be invested extra revenue that's over 10 years mean to your walkaway point if it was increasing by 10% every single year? I should actually have that number up there because it would give you more. It's not 800,000. It's 800,000 increasing at a 7 to 10% rate every year. So I just did this 5% increase in a practice that has 2,000 patients, 1,000 active. If you reactivate 100 patients at a $4,500 lifetime value, oh crap, what's is that 450,000? So an increase of 5%, 450,000 extra. Now, can we increase our retention by more than 5%? What if we did it by 20%? You're looking at a $1.6 million, $7 million swing in revenue that's already sitting there. Team members need to keep, here's where we're going with this, by the way. Team members need to keep retention in mind with every single touch they ever give. Because that's net profit. If you take 1.6 million, divide it by 10 years, you're looking at a net profit increase of 160,000 a year. Who would like an extra net profit of 160,000 a year? Yeah, without doing any more work. That's the funny thing. You're not doing anything more. You're just focusing right here on something different.